So Jack Del Rio, a former head coach, comes in to take over the defense here. You played against him on a lot of different teams throughout his career of what he's going through. Take us to, what first of all is going to be a Jack Del Rio defense?
Well, one of the things you got to think about it, he's a guy that he's known for having great edge rushers, and he's known for having those situations like you say. He's bringing in the 4-3 defense that he's going to have those guys. Those guys up front are going to be able to now be available, not to worry about taking on double teams, because our linebackers now, especially that middle linebacker, he's going to be the guy hunting. So when you think about the Jack Del Rio's defense, you want to be on the offensive side, you want to dictate what you're seeing, because if you allow him to dictate it, it's going to be a long night for you.
Well, he's certainly set that up well with the edge rushers that they're going to have here going forward this season. But that also impacts the secondary a good bit. He was even saying you're only in that base package a good 30% of the game. So while you're excited for the potential in those packages, you also have nickel and dime.
Yeah. And see what folks fail to realize about nickel and dime. Nickel and dime are sets. That's sets when you add in more skill guys to cover the offense skill guys. So you see nickel you see nickel more than average nowadays, because you have so many skill guys on the field. Most offenses now have 3 wide receivers as starters, or 2 tight ends and 2 wide receivers, or have their running back out the backfield doing something now. So you don't want linebackers matched up on some of these skill guys. You want to bring in an extra guy like a corner or something like that. So when you see nickel, that's 5 DBs. When you see dime, that's 6 DBs. And when you look at the way offenses are ran now, you're going to be seeing those early in the game, early on down, second and third down.
Yeah, we kept saying, and even Chris Harris was saying this, the DB coach, like, we're DBs because of that. The game is determining that. You have to be able to cover. You have to be able to play multiple positions. How often, though, would you see dime? I mean, you're seeing guys, but there are times putting out 4 receivers. Is it just in those situations, or could it be different where you would go into dime?
It varies. Yeah. It varies. Dime is, if you're in a 2-minute drive, you want to put on the best guys, because now it's barely 2 backs in the backfield. 2-minute drive, you have more guys out there trying to get the ball in the passing game. You're probably going to run the ball very seldomly. And then dime also shows up when you say this is a prevent package. We want to put in that prevent package to make sure they don't get in the end zone. So you see most Hail Marys and stuff like that, you have dime on the field because you want to put 2 or more safeties back there just to make sure that you keep the guys out of the end zone.
Third down defense is something where the team's struggled with mightily in the past few years. And look, they have some talent to be able to make some plays, so hopefully they'll bring this together. How can they improve, though, that third down defense?
Well, one of the things on the offensive side, we've always was told that if you can get close to 50% on third down, then you're doing well, then you're playing well. And our guys gave up a lot of that. They sucked basically on third down, because the opposing offenses was converting 49% of the time. I think the best way you can defend that is by getting up the field, putting pressure on the quarterback, and playing tight in the back end. I think this defense would allow us to do that with the guys we have up front, and then the guys that we brought. We have some young defensive backs now that we can do things, and like how Coach Harris said, these guys are going to be in situations where you can't just take advantage of a guy now because you think that he could only play one side. Now we're going to have guys lined up showing you that we want you to try to throw the ball at us, because we know what our pass rush is going to bring.